Welcome to Ghoulish Gab, always spooky, always under 7 minutes. Today we're talking about second chance, redemptions. I don't know, you ever give a movie a second chance? You watched a movie and you were like, I don't know about this, and at some point you go back to it.
Not often, no.
No, I don't. No.
But normally I'm a person who, once my opinion is formed, it's formed. But I did have a few of these. There definitely are a few movies I've given a second chance to.
I think unless kind of, I don't know, either if so much time has gone by and for some reason the right people or places say that it's worth a chance.
Yeah.
Maybe I do, but there's a lot of, same, like, there's just so much more shit to, I'm not going to rewatch something I didn't like when I could watch something new that I might not like instead.
Yep, absolutely.
So, I don't know, tell us in the comments what it takes for you to rewatch something. So one thing that I hated when I saw it in the theater was the second Blair Witch movie. I can't even remember what the one was called offhand because I did not write any notes for this.
I think it was literally just like Blair Witch or something. It was like a very similar title.
It's something. Book of Shadows, maybe? Was that the second one? I think so. Blair Witch, whatever. The second one came out. The first one doesn't have much rewatchability. You really kind of had to be there during the hype and all the craziness and whatever was going on to be caught up in all of that. But then the second one came out and everyone's like, oh shit, another Blair Witch movie. And it's kind of like this MTV produced, like, trying to be Scream type of thing. And I hated it the whole time. I don't know what I was expecting or should have wanted out of it. I finally rewatched it, 20 some years later, because I found it at a dollar store and it came with the soundtrack. And I was like, yeah. And there's a couple songs in there. I'm like, all right. And I was like, I might as well rewatch this. And it's actually pretty fun if you really just don't give a shit about it being any sort of actual follow-up to the movie or what you kind of expected at that time. The Bog Demon is joining us. But that was actually kind of a fun watch, even though I just fucking hated it in the theater.
I recall not liking it that much. And I did rewatch it recently. I didn't hate it as much. It's still not my favorite, but I didn't hate it as much as I did the first time. My first one was Wes Craven's New Nightmare from '94. Because I didn't like I don't know what the word is for it.
The meta aspect of it?
Yeah. I didn't like the whole, like, oh, now the actors are participating in the horror. Oh, it's actually them. It just, I don't know, it just wasn't for me. But then I saw enough comments online from people about it, and I was like, I'll give it a second chance. It was probably like 10 years later that I gave it a second chance. And sure enough, the one comment that I read the most, and that I actually agree with, is it was a return to, like, actually scary Freddy, not, oh, it's welcome to primetime, bitch,
right.
Like stupid one-liner jokes where the deaths were cool in the other movies, but he was no longer scary. This was a return of scary Freddy, so that's why I ended up liking it better the second time.
Yeah, that was obviously quite a departure. But yeah, I can get why some people were not into that the first time around. But I do enjoy that one from time to time. And you're right about making Freddy scary again. So a newer movie that the first time I watched it, there was so much about it that I liked, but then I just could not stand the lead actress because she was insufferable. And this is going to be real bad because they're children. But the thing is, sometimes it's really hard when movies are led by children because children are mostly freaking annoying in movies. There's not a lot of movies that can be carried by children. They have to be written very well for a child, and then you have to have so many things have to fall in line. But Psycho Gorman, and the first time I watched it, there was all this stuff in there that I liked, but the lead girl in that was so insufferable to me that I was just like mad about it. And I really wanted to like it all the way. And so I didn't wait that long, and I gave it a second chance. And after I kind of knew that she was going to be just insufferable, I was actually able to enjoy the movie. And I've actually watched it 3 or 4 times now, and I really like it. But that first time, I had such a hard time with the child actress.
I liked that the first time I saw it, but I think I knew that she's supposed to be insufferable. Like in general, the character is the worst. And yes, she is a child who are also the worst. But so I like that movie a lot. I didn't need to second chance it. Sean showed it to me. I liked it immediately. 28 weeks later. This might surprise people, but I needed a second try on that one.
Okay.
Because I, as everybody's heard a million times, adore 28 Days Later. I think it's an amazing cinematic masterpiece. And I wanted 28 Weeks Later to be that. And it wasn't. And so the first time I watched it, I'm like, this is dumb. I don't even know. But you know what? It's filled with amazing actors. It's got a good plot. And when I watched it the second time and I wasn't looking for it to be 28 Days Later, I immediately was like, okay, no, this is a really good zombie film on its own. I liked the plot. I liked that you were getting a completely different storyline than you got in the first movie. And now we get to look forward to 28 years later.
Does that come out 28 years after the last one?
That one is coming out this summer, I think. And I'm ready. I'm fucking ready.
All right, that's all the time we got for today. Tell us about what it takes for you to give a movie a second chance, or some movies that you were glad you gave a second chance, or whatever in the comments. Tell us why we're awful because we don't like children, etc., etc. Okay, bye.
Bye.